Hi guys, and welcome to Osborne Pilates. Today I want to go through a leg series which is going to focus mainly on the glutes and the adductors and abductors. So the inner and outer thighs and the butt. We're going to go through a few stretches first of all to open up the other side to help you get a better range of movement. And we're going to work on double exercises and single leg exercises. Now these exercises, they may look easy, but when they're done in combination, they are quite challenging. We're going to start off today with just doing 10 reps of every exercise. You can do more, you can add weight, but for Pilates, we focus on those deeper muscles. So we don't really want to be adding too much weight, because if you add too much weight, then you're not going to hit the muscles that we're trying to target. You'll be recruiting too many muscles to help you to do the movement. So let's jump straight into it. So we're going to start off lying down on your back. Just lying down nice and comfortably, bring those knees in towards the chest, cross the feet to the ankles. And I'm just going to start with a few knee tucks. As you draw the knees in, I want you to breathe out through the mouth. Draw the belly button in, peel the tailbone off the ground. Okay, dropping those arms to the side. Take your arms out so they're level with the shoulders. And just shuffle over here a little bit. You're going to bend one knee in towards the chest and pull that leg across, just to get a little stretch there on the outer hip. Try and keep this opposite shoulder pinned to the ground. You can also help by turning the head the opposite way, just to help increase that stretch all the way down. You want to go a little deeper into this, just anchor that knee by pushing your knee into the hand, holding that position there, about 10 seconds, and then relax, let it go a little bit deeper into that stretch. Okay, change goes to the other side, draw that knee in, pull it across. So what you want to try and do here, guys, is to breathe into these stretches. You just want to try and make it a bit mobile before we hit the muscles. Just breathing into the nose and out from the mouth. And relax, bringing that back to the center. Extending out through the legs, again, arms level with the shoulders. And then you're going to swing, more of a swinging action as you draw the knee up towards the arm, alternating sides. And if you've got the room, you can actually do this with a straight leg. Kick the leg straight up. I've got a lot of room here, so I'm just going to bend my knees and do the bent leg version. Okay, so coming back to the center of the mat here. Arms down by your side. Just going to start off with a bit of ab prep. Just get those glutes, get those abs working and switched on. So arms down by your side. Pack and lock those shoulders down for the ears. Slight tuck into the chin. Just check everything's in a line. Knees in line with the hips, in line with the feet. Starting off with the back in neutral. That means you've got that little curve there under the base of the spine. Extending through your arms. Locking the shoulders down from the ears. You're just going to breathe in to prepare. Breathe out and tilt. So I'm tilting. Pelvis is tilting lower, back is going into the ground, tummy is scooping in. I'm focusing on controlling this movement with my deep abdominals. Relax and come back to neutral. So breathe out and tilt. Breathe in and relax. Make sure you're not pushing too much with those feet. Try and get the work done through your center rather than driving through the feet. But you want your feet to stay anchored and grounded. So this is just to help to prep the abdominals up, get them ready for the work. And then you're going to roll all the way up to the top. Breathing out, tilt the pelvis, back goes into the floor, peeling up through the spine. Open up the hips at the top here, keeping that tailbone tucked under to keep those glutes activated, and then roll back down, notching down through the spine and coming back to neutral. Breathing out on the way up, breathing in on the way down. Just be careful at the top of the movement here that you don't allow the rib cage to flare up, the tummy to dumb out, the back to hyperextend or overly arch. Keep everything switched on, rib cage down. You should feel those glutes at the top of that movement, and and then rolling back down, imprinting that spine into the mat, each vertebrae, notching down one at a time. Okay, so from here, coming back to that neutral position, this time we're going to start just by lifting the hips straight up. This is more of a hip thrust rather than a roll, so the feet stay grounded. Breathing out as I drive up through the heels. Keep those glutes, use the glutes to activate the movement, and then you're going to come straight back down. So breathing out, breathing in. Now, when doing this exercise, some of you might feel your hamstrings overworking. You might find that you're getting cramp in the back of the leg. If that's happening, just give the hamstrings a bit of a stretch out, just to deactivate those hamstrings a little bit. And when you're lifting it, you've really got to focus on the glutes doing the work. So again, starting here in neutral, this is a very slight tilt of the pelvis there, then breathe out as you push up. Breathe in as you come down. Now that slight tuck of the tailbone is very important. That slight little tuck there will help to activate those glutes more, especially at the top of the move. So I'm driving my knees to the wall away from me. You can be right up onto those shoulders. Arms are staying down and flat on the ground. About 10 repetitions you're looking for on here. Don't know how many I've done. And then you're going to go to a single leg version. So what I'm going to do, there's quite a few different versions of this, but the version we're going to do today is you're just going to lift one foot just a couple of inches off the ground. Again, that same tilt, that tuck under the tailbone, that drawing into the tummy. And you're going to drive through the opposite leg. But I'm going to push both knees away from me, the same as I did with the double leg version. So breathing out and breathing in. So the hovering foot is just staying just a couple of inches off the floor throughout the movement. Make sure as you're doing this exercise that again you're driving those knees away, making sure you're not hyperextending at the top of the movement, allowing the back to overarch. The same rules apply for all these hip thrust exercises. I'm focusing here on the glutes. Using my arms for stability. Some of you might want to take the arms out a little bit wider. That's fine too, to help you to stabilize. Once you've done 10, bring the other foot down, and you're going to change over. So lift the foot just slightly off the ground. Back in neutral to start. Tilt slightly so the back just imprints into the floor, and then drive through. 2, 3. Breathing out on the way up. 4, 5, 6. So it's important that you're driving as you're opening up this hip, you're opening up the opposite hip at the same time. And you don't want to tilt or twist, you want to be as open as you can. Okay, now relax. Okay, so from here, for those that need it, just bring your knees up towards the chest. A little bit of a stretch out with the glutes there. And again, if you're feeling in the hamstrings, slight little stretch there with the hamstrings. You can do this with the leg bent, or if you prefer, you can extend that leg out along the floor. Just give those hamstrings a bit of a stretch. Right down there, right in the belly of the hamstring. If you push your tailbone the opposite way as you pull it in, this helps increase that stretch. Okay, this time you're going to put the feet sole to sole. So going back to double leg, but this time by taking those legs a little bit wider, what we call the butterfly position, we're just going to take the hip flexors out of the movement a little bit there. So again, we need to tilt, tuck under, switch on those abdominals. And again, you're going to drive through the outer part of your foot, breathing out and breathing in. Just going to hit higher up on the glutes. Again, making sure as you're lifting up that you're not hyperextending or overly arching that back. Keep that slight little tuck. Again, aim for around 10 repetitions. So we're going back to a single leg exercise right here. This time you're going to lift up. You can roll up through the spine for this, and you're going to hold here at the top. Just check that your body's in alignment, everything's tracked, knee in line with the hips, slight tuck of that tailbone, abs switched on. This time we're going to extend one leg out. Now when you extend this leg out, the only thing holding you is that foot and your arms and that shoulders. Okay, so you don't want to tilt. Make sure you're not tilted. Keep everything square on. I'm extending through this leg, lengthen, and then hinge here from the hip. Point the toe, flex the foot, and come back so the legs are level. Breathing out, breathing in. Now your goal is try and keep the rest of the torso locked in place. You're going to switch straight over to the other side. Keep everything nice and tight around here. Again, just draw those knees in, do little knee tucks. And we'll rock from side to side. And make sure, guys, that you're breathing with these movements. Think about breathing out on the hardest part of the move. Remember, abdominals are switched on, lateral breathing. We're going to roll it onto your side. So here we're going to go on to what we call a leg series. Again, this is all going to hit the outer side of the leg, the glutes. So to start off with, you're going to make a little V shape with the feet. You're going to bring those feet forwards. So my torso is lined up here with the edge of the mat. My feet, or rather my legs, are angled slightly forwards. Hands here at the front for support. Alternatively, you can take the hand here and for the more advanced level. I'm just going to stick here for today. So we don't have to worry about the balance so much, we're just going to focus more on the legs. Okay, so we're going to start off with up and down, breathing out, toes pointed, breathing in, flex the foot on the way down, 10 reps, 2, 3, 4, 5, keeping those hips stacked, 6, abs switched on, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Should I even do 10? No, you're good. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next one. I'm just going to shuffle back here to make sure I'm still in shot. And we're going to start off with the next one is forwards and backs. So the top leg is going to come up. So my leg is parallel to the floor. My bottom leg again is still extended out. I'm still propped up on the toe. And it's going to go forwards and back. So I'm going to point my toe forwards on the way and flex my foot on the way back. So again, I'm looking for 10 repetitions. Now, what you're aiming to do here is not to rock. You don't want to be rocking the body backwards and forwards throughout the movement. Aim to keep everything rock solid. So everything's coming all right here from that hip joint. Just shuffle up a little bit here, get a bit more support on the mat. There we go. Keep that leg parallel to the floor. Okay, so we've got forwards and back, up and down, forwards and back, and then we're going to go into a circle. Still keeping that bottom leg propped up. Point the toe on this one. You're going forwards, up and back. 5 circles. Now again, circles as big as you can without distorting the rest of the body. 5 circles in one direction and then 5 in the other. Straight after that, so again, we're staying on the same side. This is going to start burning right here pretty soon. We're going to go into the kicks. So, side kick. I'm going to bring my knee up as close as I can towards my chest. And if you look at my lower leg, it's angled upwards, roughly about 45 degrees to the floor. I'm extending the leg out and then bringing it back. Now when I extend the leg out, I want that leg to be level with my torso, so it's going to be behind this leg, that other leg that's on the floor. So I'm flexing the foot as if I'm kicking through my heel. This really starts to get the glutes right here. Just one more. And then bring it down. Okay, one more on this side, and we're going to repeat all the exercises on the other side. So the next one is called a bicycle. So again, bottom leg stays propped up, toes propped up under there. Draw the knee in, extend out, and it's like doing a big bicycle movement. And I'm going to do 5 in each direction, making that circle as big as I can. And then simply change direction. Breathing should be in for half of the circle and out for the other half. I'll just do one more. And rubbish at counting. Okay guys, so I'm going to spin over to the other side. Okay, so hit the one side now. Some of you might need a little bit of a stretch out. If you need a bit of a stretch out, what you can do, just cross the leg over and pull it up. A little bit of a stretch out the glutes, or you can just sit yourself up there and just roll on the glutes, just loosen it out a little bit before you hit the other side. So again, your setup's quite important. Make sure you get that setup right, so prop the head up on the hands. Again, that V shape with the feet angled forward. We're going to up and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, 10, forwards and back again, make sure you're nice and solid, switch on those glutes and abs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's your forwards and back, that's your up and down, and we've got your circles, 5 in each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And change direction by breathing in for half the circle, breathing out for the other half. Into your side kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then finishing off with the bicycle, 5 in each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so give that side a bit of a stretch off, just rolling over onto your back. Bring that knee up, give it a stretch. Just stretch out along the floor. Extend through those heels, point the toes up to the ceiling. And just bend the knees, put the feet sole to sole, arms down by your side, and do a gentle rock from side to side. So rolling on the top of the glutes there, just massage them off a little bit. Again, keep those abs activated so you don't loosen that neutral. Allow the knee to come all the way to the floor. And just breathe with that move. And relax. Okay guys, so those are a few Pilates exercises there, specifically for the glutes and the outer hips. Hope there was some use. Well done guys, so if you want to check me out, subscribe. If you need or if you want anything specific for Pilates, just comment below and I'll see you on the other side. So remember guys, consistency, that's the key.